Dang. Germany found a winner. That's so sad. Shame.
It's good for my bet.
Ecuador and Curacao about to kick off.
Yeah.
From Kansas City. Which is where my brother is headed, I believe.
Oh, yeah? Who's he going to catch?
Well, he was up at, he and some buddies went to Omaha for game 1 today.
Nice.
See Oklahoma win game 1.
Are you guys in the final?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
1 win away. Tomorrow's game 2.
Wow.
If they win, they're the champs. If they lose, game 3 on Monday night. Boomer soon.
Boomer soon. Good luck.
Be a pretty improbable championship run, considering they finished 11th in the SEC.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Talk about getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, literally. The funny part is, like, it's not like you can just be like, oh, like the. It's a Paw Patrol-style Father's Day weekend here in the Magic City. Unfortunately, it has been a drenched Saturday here in Birmingham, Alabama. Good news is, it looks like the storms have moved through, and we should be ready for soccer as Birmingham Legion and Loudoun United fight for 3 vital points tonight. What's in store? We'll find out. USL Championship soccer is next.
Number 17, Mario Williams. Birmingham Legion FC are led by head coach.
Here in the Magic City, but it looks like those storms are going away just in time as we get ready for USL Championship soccer. It's Birmingham Legion taking on Loudoun United. Here at Protective Stadium, happy Father's Day weekend, everybody. Hope you're staying safe. That's Morgan Copes. I'm Blake Gardner, and Morgan coming into tonight. Both these two teams in desperate need of points, in desperate need of goals.
They certainly are. Both teams combined have 25 goals in USL Championship so far this season. They're going to have to find a way to take the lead, 1, and then 2, find a way to keep it once they get it. These teams both also have a lot of draws, so it'll be an interesting matchup tonight to see what we're able to find out.
Well, if we're looking for goals, Loudoun, you're looking one place. Thor Olfarsson, he has been the guy who has led the line this year.
Yes, he certainly has. He's got 6 goals in 10 games so far this year, and he's got it on 22 shots. So he's doing pretty well with his conversion rate. He can do it in all sorts of different ways. If he can get service and get into scoring positions for Loudoun tonight, look for him to find the back of the net.
Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, Sebastian Trey Garthen has been a guy who's looked awfully bright here this June.
He certainly has. And he's a spark that even though he's coming off the bench tonight, he's not in the starting 11. He will have very fresh legs, and his fresh legs running at a defense that might be a little more tired than they usually are will be a positive impact for Birmingham, and Tregarthen can certainly take advantage in those situations.
Tregarthen and the rest of those bench pieces. How does Jay Heaps use those tonight in a tight run of matches here for the Legion? When we return to Birmingham, we'll get a look at each side starting 11s for tonight, plus kickoff between Birmingham Legion and Loudoun United right after this.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Real recognize real. Real taste. Unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment. Crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back to our coverage of USL Championship soccer on this Father's Day weekend. Almost time for kickoff. But first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11s. And Morgan, let's start first with Loudoun United, who have made about 3 changes from the lineup that saw Rhode Island last weekend.
Yeah, look, Coach Limbrick has made a few changes, but he still has O'Farson up front, along with Ordonez, who's going to join him tonight. And then never forget about Abukora. He is very dangerous when he gets on the ball in the half spaces, running at your defense.
The reigning USL Young Player of the Year back in the starting 11 for Loudoun. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, they've had to make a few changes as well in this very tight run of matches.
Certainly, and they've got a few changes that they've made so far today. Williams up front with Pasher. That's a good combination because Williams likes to play back to goal and can bring Pasher into the match. So there, and then look for Diarby and Ambassador to provide width and get some service in for Williams to get on the end.
So a 4-2-3-1 tonight for Birmingham manager Jay Heaps. Our referees tonight led by Trevor Wiseman, the former Loyola Marymount Lion, gets his 5th USL Championship assignment of the year. He's also done a couple of cup matches and a League One match. Anthony Limbrick is our head coach tonight on the Loudoun side of things. His first year at Loudoun, longtime coach in England, most recently at Hartlepool United in the National League over there. There's Jay Heaps, of course, his first season as head coach, his 8th season in total with the club, mainly in front office, but now down here back on the touchline, trying to get Birmingham back above the playoff line here in 2026. Just about ready for soccer, with a flood watch and flood warning in and around the Birmingham area. The rains have subsided about 30 minutes prior to kickoff, and we are off and running tonight from the Magic City. Birmingham Legion and Loudoun United for the second time this year. Birmingham Legion in their stars fell kits tonight. Loudoun United in their fairly typical black. As Birmingham play here at home for the second time in as many weekends, and a stretch of home matches here for the Legion, but it's been a busy week already. Played on this turf surface last weekend against Las Vegas. Fell in that contest 2-1. Then made a quick trip to Northern California, took on Oakland Roots in midweek. Led most of that contest before dropping points at the very end, settled for a 1-1 draw, and then flew back here to Birmingham. And now we're back in action once again tonight. What has been a busy stretch here for Birmingham in terms of games both in the league and in Brinks Tires USL Cup. Samuel Shashua gets his first real touches of the night and is ushered into the Loudoun bench. Last touch by him. So it will be a throw here for Loudoun. Back he goes to the feet. Ethan Bondre, Kansas native, who gets another start in between the sticks tonight for Loudoun. His 5th of the year, plus the starts in the US Open Cup and USL Cup as well. The other goalkeeper, Jassim Kolelet, 26-year-old in his first season in Birmingham, but proving to be quite the shot stopper. 7th in the league in saves. Coming into the night, the advanced numbers like him even better than that. Stiarbian finds Tyler Pasher. His flick on doesn't quite come off, but it finds Romario Williams. Romario Williams gets the start tonight, his 8th of the year, his 2nd of the week. Played about an hour against Oakland in midweek. As Peter Lee Vassell bit his run on side. He's edge of the area here. Has Stiarbian for help. Pasher as well. Pasher right back to him. Vashel's touch just a little bit too heavy in the end, in crowded spaces, albeit.
There's a real opportunity for Legion FC.
Oof. Almost had another there. Still, it falls kindly for Seth Antwi. Birmingham restarts the attack here. Plenty of the ball early for the home side. Joshua's pass almost picked off, and Romario Williams called for the foul in the end as he took it off of Erlandson. Jacob Erlandson went to ground, won the Loudoun free kick. Erlandson, a guy that Loudoun's happy to have back. 27-year-old, one of the veterans in this crew, but didn't make his first appearance this year until the end of May. Just his 2nd league start of the year for a guy who was a fixture last year after starting his career with Columbus Crew 2. Pasher working with Leo Duru on that side of the park to start tonight. Duru's 3rd start of the year. 21-year-old on loan from Blackburn Rovers. It's Duru, Keegan Hughes, Hermes Moda, and Amir Daly, the back 4 for Birmingham Legion tonight. So Moda looks over the top for Daly's run. Daly's going to win the foot race. That's played out. Last touch by Loudoun. A throw coming here for the Legion. Daly, the last man to touch that when he was. Saw the passing on display there from Hamoda, just 18 years old. Timothy Bellin reporting that tonight likely the last match for Hamoda in Birmingham before he officially makes his way to Bremen in Bundesliga. A transfer that was officially announced about a month ago.
It makes sense. They're kind of off right now. Not really training, not really doing too much. Players are on holiday. Makes sense to stay match fit for Hamoda so he can get back into that, or get into that side as quickly as he possibly can. He's a player that's, you watch the Youth World Cup that he recently played in, and there are a lot of folks saying he was one of the best, if not the best center back in that group. So that's a very high praise for a young man. And Birmingham is no stranger to good center backs. As Chris Richards and his teammates have secured first place for the United States. It would be lovely to see the two of those paired together one day.
Potentially. Hamoda's made 46 appearances now with the Legions. This is going to be ushered out of play. Kwame Awua will be a throw coming here for Loudoun. Misa Hamoda from Lincoln, Nebraska to Sporting Kansas City's Academy. Birmingham, Alabama, 46th appearance tonight as a Legionnaire for Hamoda, and then sooner rather than later in the next few weeks off to Germany. His story still just being written. Again, just turned 18. about a month or so ago. As Morgan said, one of the bright young prospects in the center back pool for United States youth national team and eventually the United States men's national team that has garnered quite a bit of praise over the past week plus. Samir Daly joins the attacking third here for Birmingham. Legion enjoying quite a bit of possession here, 6 minutes in. Daly. Mario Williams sinking for a touch, didn't get one. Instead, Hamoda will keep it moving. Loudoun trying to keep things clean early. Pasher has options either side. Uses the wide option, Duru. Duru's serve over the top of everybody. He's a bit slow to get up, holding his right ankle. See if we can see what happened over there.
As you see, he gets the cross off. He takes quite a hit, which you would wonder in a normal setting, does a referee call, if that's not inside the box, does a referee call foul? Which it's not supposed to be, determined based on where the location is. If it's a foul, it's a foul. So referee let that one go. Should be interesting to see how the rest of the match plays out tonight. And again, as long as she's consistent, the players aren't going to care. The coaches aren't going to care. It's when you become inconsistent, that's when you start to see people get upset.
Referee tonight, Alyssa Pennington, by the way. Trevor Wiseman had Birmingham's match against Oakland Roots. It's the Jackson, Mississippi native Pennington who gets the nod here tonight.
Pennington will be expired because the first all-female crew just finished refereeing a World Cup match the last few days.
Pennington, a trailblazer in her own right as well. The youngest black woman to ever earn a FIFA referee badge. Of course, FIFA World Cup, the talk of the soccer world over the past couple of weeks. Duru, plenty of space to work with here. Into the space he goes. He's got Pasher out wide. Pasher greeted by Awua. Dispossessed in the end. Antwi trying to keep it down here and does, but does concede a throw as well. While we have a moment, Morgan, let's look at our keys to the match tonight. Start first with Loudoun. How do they get a road result here?
Yeah, they've got to stay compact defensively, and then when they have the opportunity to break and get forward, they need to make sure that they are ruthless with the chances that they get. And for Birmingham, they've got to come out, they've got to really stake their claim and get a goal and then hold on to that lead. When they get that lead, if they get that lead, they need to make sure that they do not concede to substitutes or drop at any point. They need to keep the intensity high for 90 minutes.
How much juice does Birmingham have left in the tank in what has been a busy June already? Granted, much of that this month has been at home for the Legion. That's been the saving grace, but Loudoun tries to build into the attacking third really for the first time. Christian Torres play back to one of his center backs tonight, Noah Adnan. Erlandson and Akinyode, former Legionnaire Bolu Akinyode, who has played every minute for Loudoun so far this year between Prinkstyre's USL Cup and USL Championship play. Torres once again back to the central part of the park this time. Andres Super looking over the top, an excellently weighted pass. Options arriving. Kalela makes the play. It was a great run forward from Awua. His cross found the goalkeeper in the end.
It's a great pick out from Super. And Awua gets on the end of it and just puts it right into the midst of Quilelet for Legion FC.
Awua, like Akinyode, another guy who's been a vital cog for Loudoun this year. He's played every minute in the league this year for Loudoun United. Tonight, his 90th appearance across all competitions for the club. Hamoda had to get that away from Ordonez. Super has passed just a bit behind its intended target. Now Birmingham perhaps options to break. Diarbian racing into the space. Torres back to support defensively. Vassal leaves it Interplay with Mario Williams didn't quite come off in the end. Excellent work by Shashua to win it back in short order. Birmingham had numbers forward here early. Diarbian, certainly one of them, edge of the area, cuts it on his right, looking for a shooting lane. Couldn't quite squeeze one off. Daly, back across goal. Williams rises, his header blocked away. Vassell couldn't quite find the target.
An acrobatic effort from Peter Lee Vassell there. As we get another look at it, Mario Williams goes up. Akinyote clears it, but Vassell goes up. Tries to get on the bike. Just couldn't get up quite high enough.
That was a heck of an effort from Peter Lee Vassell. Jamaican international scored his first goal of the year. Birmingham's last time out in midweek against Oakland. Was excellently struck and perhaps a bit against the run of play, but it gave Birmingham a lead late in the first half in Northern California. Lead that Birmingham held almost to the very end of the match before Peter Wilson and Oakland responded to steal points off Birmingham in the end. Which of these two sides is going to find one first? Morgan, you talked about it off the top, just 13 goals apiece between these two teams coming into the night, at least what they've scored in the league. Both of them would love to find the back of the net early, start feeling good about the attack.
Yeah, Legion FC have gotten 11 goals from open play, 11 out of the 13. Loudoun have scored only, I think, 6 or 7 from open play. They get a lot from set pieces, a couple PKs. So be interested to see where the goals come from, and if they do come, here's the other thing: the game's not over, right? Both these teams have struggled to hold leads. Legion FC have lost the most points in the league so far this year from a winning position. They've lost 11 points from winning positions.
And a foul here is going to bring play back, and a free kick coming for Loudoun United. Just inside of 30 yards from goal. So within shooting range here. To your point, this Loudoun team has 4 set-piece goals plus a free kick goal already this year in the league. Just 6 goals from open play. And a chance here to dent the scoring. Farson giving this a look along with Super.
It's 100% going to be Farson the way he's prepping to hit this.
It is straight into the wall. Farson keeps it moving. An opportunity down. Not quite on targets. In the end, Makura. Actually ended up being a pretty clean look there for Abukura off the redirection, but reigning USL Young Player of the Year couldn't quite keep it down. Abukura last year was Loudoun United's first ever all-USL selection. Of course, Loudoun and Birmingham both came into the league at the same time, that 2019 campaign. Abukura's breakout season, a big reason why Loudoun made the playoffs for the first time. 12 goals, a couple of assists. Abukura, like Erlandson, another guy who got a late start to the year, did not make his first appearance this season until May 30th. Kalela sends that away in Diarbian's direction. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Free kick, Birmingham.
Adnan thinks he may have baited the referee into that one.
A huge fan of the call. Shashua put it down looking for the run of Vassell. Loudoun's defense ready for that. Good find by Adnan on the turn, and out the other side, Awua's got space. And here's Abukura. Awua never stopped his run, still going. This ball threaded through. Duru sweeps it away from him.
It's a good recovery from Duru there. He gets caught a little bit too wide, and they try and split him and his center back partner, Keegan Hughes, but he was able to recover, give up the throw.
Tyler Pasher doing some dirty work defensively. As Abukura looks to keep that one in play. Erlandson might tee it up from distance here. Couldn't quite find the frame.
Somewhere in a black shirt, maybe on the bench, probably not within earshot of your captain. There's a player saying defender.
Jacob Erlandson's eyes got bright. Come on, if you're a center back, you want to have a hit at those every now and then. Throw coming here for Birmingham Legion. 16 plus minutes gone. Glad to have you with us on My 68 or on ESPN Plus across the country. Blake Gardenborg and Copes here with you. Fans, a reminder, you can tune to CBS Sports Network on a Wednesday, July 1st for USL League One showdown. Spokane Velocity hoping to speed past the formidable Flamingos of Forward Madison. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. Again, that's July 1st for that USL League One clash. Birmingham's trying to clear their lines defensively, and they do. Shashua looking for options. Diarbian trying to start the break. Great work by Adnan, sliding to keep it away from the Legion attacker.
That's a fantastic tackle from Adnan. He had to have that ball, because if not, Diarbian was through.
Ordonez fought off it by Hamoda. Not a bad effort at all, and it's off the woodwork. Abukura took it on the half volley, and it didn't miss by much.
I mean, he gets the technique exactly right. That ball sets up perfectly for him. Here, watch it. Boom. He doesn't hit it hard. He just slices across it, almost as if you're trying to, put your slice into a golf shot. Same concept applies here, and nearly dips that under the crossbar.
What a banger that would have been from Abukura. His first efforts of the night left a little bit to be desired. That one just inches away from starting the scoring. After Birmingham Legion had the bulk of the ball there the first 6, 7, 8 minutes, Loudoun all of a sudden have generated a couple of scoring opportunities. Still both sides looking for an initial breakthrough 18 minutes in. Mario Williams chested down. Amir Daly kept it in play. Loudoun thought it went out. Referee says play on. Pasher on the turn. Out the other side for Duru. Duru right back to the feet of Pasher. A crowded 18-yard box. Amir Daly joins. Daly's flick in blocked. Antwi got a toe to it. Pasher able to bring it down. Diarbian. Crisp one-touch passing here for the Legion, looking for a little bit of space to operate. Williams trying to hold it up to no avail. Tough challenge. Both guys went to ground. Obakura wins it. Out in front, Olfarson. 1v1 with Fuse for the moment. Olfarson driving, lays it off, and it doesn't quite come off as intended for Ordonez.
That's great work from Murphy in the midfield, who wins the tackle against Antwi and starts the break. Olfarson plays this ball to Ordonez, and he just doesn't catch it right. And he's really upset about it, and he should be. It's a golden opportunity.
Looked initially like maybe Antwi got a piece, but maybe he did just enough to bother the timing of Ordonez, who scored twice already this year. The Guatemalan international, just 22 years old. Back with Loudoun here for this season after he came over to Loudoun late last year after spending some time abroad in Sweden and Moldova. Dewar on the run here is going to get there in front of Awua. His cutback cut out, but it does lead to the first corner of the night for Birmingham. So we'll see if the Legion can do something with this set piece. As Tyler Pasher walks over to that flag. Pasher's legs should be fairly fresh. He did not make the trip to Oakland. Shahib's rotated the squad a good bit, trying to keep some fresh legs for this one tonight. Asher thought about playing this short, but thought better of it. And swinging service. Headed away from traffic. And Loudoun trying to break. Good work by Diarbian to cut out that. A tough challenge there from Super. Last touched by him, though, out of play. A throw coming for Birmingham.
Here we get a second look. It looks as though it did come off Super. It may have hit the Arbian, but probably after the ball went out, according to the referee, who, at the end of the day, is never wrong. And I put that in bunny quotes.
Quickly, it's Loudoun United's throw, so maybe ball doesn't lie in the end.
Maybe not.
Seen some pretty tough sliding challenges already, and these guys are going to be able to slide quite a bit on this turf surface tonight. It has poured down rain today in Birmingham. Reminder, there is an active flood watch and warning around the Birmingham area coming into tonight, so likely plenty of fans joining us here on My 68 in Alabama, on ESPN Plus across the country. As we approach the midway point of our opening 45. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion and Loudoun United. Omeawua and Loudoun trying to change that after they were on the back foot the opening 6, 7, 8 minutes. They've had the better scoring opportunities of late. Although Akinyode carries it forward. Super. Pairing in central midfield tonight with James Murphy. On cue, there is Murphy. Olfarson on the turn against Hamoda. Hamoda got in the way of that service, but right back to Olfarson. Lays it off. Murphy opted to keep it moving. Super to the back post. Olfarson almost got there. A huge collision and a foul. It's going to go on the Icelandic striker. So he tried to challenge for this ball.
Yeah, look, as a striker, you got to go for anything you can, right? And Olfarson's doing just that. He's a true number 9, wants to score goals, but the shape in the box that Loudoun had just now and the service that they got decent enough service, but they had all the right areas framed out. They had front post, they had the penalty spot, the 6-yard box, and the back post. Legion FC just did a better job defensively, making sure they were organized.
Not sure why Justin Kolelet's having to retake this goal kick, but he is. Alyssa Thompson said something to the Birmingham bench. Now Kolelet's going to send everybody long before he sends this away. Hadn't won the first header, but it's going to be a Birmingham throw. Fan Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Another Birmingham throw forthcoming here. 25th minute at Protective Stadium. On a rainy day here in the Magic City. The rain's just subsided about an hour or so before kickoff. The surface still holding plenty of water. So the ball is moving tonight. No need for any sprinklers on this turf. Turf already plays plenty quick. This is even quicker. On cue, that pass a bit too far out front to Peter Lee Vassell.
Looks as though Peter Lee Vassell slid out to the right wing. Pasher has slid centrally to play that 10. Maybe connect with Romario Williams like we were talking about in the open.
Birmingham on the hunt for goals, as we talked about off the top of the show, as is Loudoun. The Legion, so far here in the month of June, got 1 against Louisville City at home. Got 3 Prince Tires USL Cup play against Corpus Christi. Just one against Las Vegas, just one against Oakland. Before that, they were kept off the board by Monterey Bay and Miami. As Loudoun tried to break here. Key intervention from Pasher. Did he get enough? Maybe with that tackle he did. Okura went to ground to try to keep it with Loudoun and did so. At the very least, Pasher's efforts stopped what looked to be a promising counter. But Loudoun still have numbers going forward here. Super with options. Olfarson tried to get it right back to him. He might have been better off going for goal himself in the end.
It's Birmingham's chance to break. Sashua's got to play it. He's got to play the ball.
Joshua couldn't quite get it off his boots in time. Antwi a big-time challenge to stop things for a moment, but here comes Loudoun. Olfarson cuts it back. Out to the wide areas. Abukura runs it down. His service to the back post. Rising up high was Olfarson. He was looking for a whistle, didn't get one. Olfarson, not the first time tonight he's tried to throw that big frame around on a ball in the air. He won the header, just couldn't get much on it. Maybe just a bit out of his grasp in the end.
So you can see exactly what Loudoun are trying to do. They're trying to get the ball wide, get service into the box. They've been framing the goal nicely. They just haven't gotten on the end of one yet. But believe me, if they do, they're getting on the services in the right spots.
Oh, an excellent ball from Hamoda. Vassal, did he get a touch? Maybe just a little. Andre had to keep it from running towards his own net. But another beauty of a ball delivered over the top from Hamoda. And it almost turns in to the first Legion goal of the night as Andre got caught in between coming to get it. In the end, Vassal had gotten there first.
That's a tough one as a goalkeeper. You expect the player to make a touch, have a touch, so you're set for that. When he doesn't, it rolls right by you.
Torres plays it forward. Ordonez gets there in front of Kalela, but Kalela's slide took it off his boots. Both goalkeepers called into action here, end to end. Here is Vassal, who's got space, and all of a sudden, some space starting to open up for both these two sides. Arbian. Relatively quiet start to the night for him, but he finds Vassal. Duru to his right. Duru takes a touch. He's got 4 white shirts in the box, opted not to serve it there. Antwi will instead roll out for a Birmingham throw. As we approach the half-hour mark. And a man down for Birmingham. It looks like Amir Daly. Daly went down off camera. But he was grabbing at his leg. Birmingham has sprinted some subs down to the corner in case he needs a change. We'll see whether he's able to continue. Former Duke Blue Devil made 8 starts across all competitions coming into the night. Played all 90 minutes against Oakland in the midweek.
And those are the worst injuries too, the ones that you see a player go down and there's no contact. You know that it's something muscular at that point.
He's come off for a moment, but it looks like he is going to try to come back on here after just a brief stoppage. Reminder, it is Birmingham's throw as Diarbian jogs down there. But Birmingham is prepping a change, it looks like, if Daly's not able to continue. So Yarbian will lob it back in play. Birmingham going to play down a man for the moment. And we'll see if Amir Daly is able to continue. You see Sebastian Tregarthen walk in there with goalkeeping coach Matt Van Okel. It looks like Birmingham is going to make that change. Tregarthen appears ready to go. The man Morgan highlighted off the top of the broadcast tonight. Said he was going to make an impact one way or another tonight. Don't think he thought it was going to be this early. Vassell, surrounded by 3 black shirts, somehow kept it. His shot just a little high. Not a bad effort, though, from Peter Lee Vassell. Birmingham's 3rd shot of the night.
Yeah, you can see Vassell does a good job getting through 3 defenders. Has it on his left foot, not his preferred foot. Gets underneath it too much. Doesn't trouble Bondre at all.
So we'll see how this changes things for Jay Heaps and the Legion. An early change. Amir Daly does not make it very far past the half-hour mark. Sebastian Tregarthen is on. Tregarthen himself played all 90 minutes against Oakland on Wednesday. He's primarily been a starter this year. He's made 9 starts. This is just his 3rd time coming off the bench in the league. But he's scored twice. He's assisted another. And Morgan, a new challenge for Tregarthen tonight. Guy who typically plays a bit more in the attacking third. It looks like he's going to slot in like for like at left back for Daly.
Yeah, and he'll look to overlap and get around Diarbian as much as he can.
Guy that has been dynamic as a winger, now in his 2nd year as a pro. Had a big breakout year in USL League Two with Asheville City a couple of seasons back. So Birmingham back to full strength. Diarbian into the 18, looking for an option. Found one. Vassell almost got there in front of Bondre. Loudoun keeper gets just enough. More pressure being applied right now by the Legion. Pasher. Vassell denied. Bondre makes the play.
That's some really good play from Legion FC. And a really good save from Bondre. The dummy from Williams is really what sets it. No, is Vassell. Vassell sets it all up, and Pasher lays a perfect ball right to him. Bondre equal to the task in the end.
It was an excellent reaction from both. That pass not intended for Vassell, but it fell to him kindly, and then Bondre had to make the save. 2 fists from the Loudoun goalkeeper, punches that corner away, and now Loudoun a chance to break perhaps. As numbers bomb forward, Abakura has Awuwa. Awuwa cuts it back, and it got through everybody. Just behind Old Farson and in front of Super.
And there was a moment, there was an opportunity where Legion FC could have countered and had 6 players inside the 18 for Legion FC, and the game is still a little stretched as Pasher gets on the ball.
Pasher has space, so does Joshua. Diarbian. This game has started to open up end to end here. Both sides hunting an opening goal. Both sides have had their opportunities. Combined 10 shots between the two. But just 1 on target to this point. That last shot from Vassell that forced a save from Bondre. Can the Legion keep knocking on the door here? Seth Antwi. Duru. Really, Vassell's been a danger man here for the Legion. He gets it back from Pasher. Joshua, his shot wide. Not a bad idea there for the Englishman. Couldn't quite find the angle to beat Ethan Bondre. A goal kick coming here for Loudoun. Fans, a reminder, you can watch the USL on ESPN2 coming up in just a few days' time. June 24th as Championship Western Conference rivals clash in a weekday battle for valuable points. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC take on top of the table San Antonio FC. The game Wednesday, June 24th, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ESPN2. San Antonio FC, the leaders of Birmingham Legion's Brinks Tires USL Cup group as it stands. Birmingham still a chance at advancement. They would need a win, and likely San Antonio to drop points. Otherwise, they would need a large win to try to pick up the wild card spot that would secure them advancement. Loudoun United, meanwhile, have played a couple of USL Cup group matches recently. Picked up a 2-0 win against Richmond Kickers, but fell 3-1. The hands of USL League One foe Greenville Triumph SC. Loudoun likely does not have a way through at this point in Group 6. They've got one more group game upcoming about 2.5 weeks' time as they take on Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Sun trying to peek through here, really for the first time all day as it sets in the western sky. It's turned into a pretty night for soccer despite how much it stormed here in central Alabama all day long. Active flood watch and warning around central Alabama. These two teams hoping the floodgates open in terms of goal scoring, and Peter Vassell is going to have an opportunity here. Diarbian, Pasher tried to stay on side. Bondre out to greet him.
Unfortunately, just a poorly weighted pass from Diarbian there. He had Pasher, would have been on his left foot, which 9 times out of 10 you're going to pick Pasher to score that goal, but pass just had a little bit too much weight on it.
Abukura kept his run moving. Hamoda cuts that out over the top. And a tough tackle there from Abukura. Two bright young players going head-to-head there. Hamoda wins Birmingham a free kick. There's the sun finally peeking through. What has been a wet and rainy Saturday here in the Magic City. Keegan Hughes, the man on loan from New England, to take this free kick for the Legion. Legion fans, a reminder, the Summer of Soccer at Protective Stadium continues next Thursday, July 2nd. As Legion FC hosts Detroit City FC at 7 o'clock Central Time. Join us for our Salute to Service match featuring post-game fireworks. Get your tickets to that match today, bhmlegion.com/tickets. If you can't get out to that match, of course you can watch it here on My68 or ESPN Plus. Follow along at BHM Legion on X for live match updates. Birmingham a bit of a breather after this Loudoun contest. As Hughes got to that, so Farson nearly beat Hamoda to it as those two collide, but Hamoda got there first. As expected, the 18-year-old showing well to start the night. Ball over the top in Pasher's direction, and Pasher's going to get there. Akinyode out to greet him. Diarbian gets around Adnan. Diarbian trying to cut it back. Adnan sent it over the ad boards and out for another Birmingham corner.
It's good work from Pasher and Diarbian there. Diarbian beats Adnan initially. But Adnan does a fantastic job of not giving up on the play and getting back in to make an impact.
So a third Birmingham corner in this first half coming. Peter Vassell plays it short. Joshua top of the box. Pasher right back to Vassell, who couldn't quite get there in the end. I don't think he was onside to begin with, and there is the offside flag.
An interesting one from Legion FC. They choose to go with short corners quite a bit because they only have a couple players that are over 6 foot tall. Both those players are center backs.
Moda and Hughes, the tallest in the lineup tonight for the Legion. See that Bondre gets ready to send this away. Fans, a reminder that soccer season is here. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Moda wins that one in the air, but right towards his head coach, Jay Heaps, to retrieve for a Loudoun throw. Feeds Christian Torres, who gets it back in play for Loudoun United. 5 minutes left in our opening 45. Combined 11 shots between these two sides. No one's found a breakthrough just yet. Awua. His pass cut out and sent right back at him. Awua, the Canadian international, had to be pleased with the way his national team played a couple of days ago. And from Toronto and former UConn Husky. Tried to play that ball first time. Duru, though, had it read. Good pace here from Duru to try to start the break, except the pass doesn't come off as intended. Working with Akinyode. Loudoun have numbers forward here. Super. Back out wide, Awuwa. He'll serve this first time. Ordonez, Abukura put his laces through it, and Kolelet has to make the save.
See, Awuwa gets the ball, and it gets set by Ordonez. And again, great technique for Abukura. Kolelet has his feet set, able to make the save.
First shot on target tonight for Loudoun. Here's the corner ensuing. Swept away for the moment. Super and Abukura keep it alive down here. Awuwa. Still the center backs forward here for Loudoun. Torres. Can he supply service against Pasture? To the penalty spot. And we got to head to it. Hughes a second. And a foul on that second header is going to give Birmingham a free kick. So another good stretch of play here from Loudoun, but in the end, Birmingham able to keep their clean sheet intact for now.
Just a little nudge. Enough to put Keegan Hughes off, though. It doesn't take much once you're in the air, unless you were bracing for that impact and ready for it.
Good touch from Hughes there. Finds Joshua, who had a couple of runners there. Couldn't find either one. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Pivotal whistle there. Otherwise, Loudoun had Ordonez farce in running a goal. 43rd minute here as we approach first half stoppage time, of which there shouldn't be a whole lot of. Rain's kept the temperatures down. It was high 70s at kickoff, so no hydration break here in the first half necessary. Haven't had too much in the way of stoppages. Trey Garthen finds Pasture with space. Pasture tried to roll it through. Awuwa running stride for stride with Vassell. Andre sets himself for another goal kick. Loudoun come into the night 11th in the Eastern Conference, Birmingham in 10th. 3 points separating these two sides. Birmingham with 12 points from 12 USL Championship matches. Loudoun with 11 from 11. Or 9 from 11, I should say. Vassell, a good flick. Romario Williams off and running. Can DRBM bring this down? Yes, he can. That's a pretty good first touch. No nonsense from Adnan. Sends it out of play, but a throw for the Legion. Loudoun trying to bring some bodies back into the defensive third here. Joshua to the feet of Romario Williams. He went to ground looking at the referee. Didn't get the whistle he was looking for. It's likely going to be half to more than that in the penalty area. Super. Ordonez made the run. Super couldn't find that one. Abukura. Splitting defenders. Final pass didn't come off as intended. DRBN taken off it by Adnan. Ofarsaid lost his footing but maintained possession. Antwi right on the back. Abukura out wide. Here's Awuwa. Awuwa delivers. Ofarsaid couldn't get there. Super could, but he's denied by the outstretched foot of Kolelet.
What a save from Kolelet there.
Super's still down in the box as Antwi sweeps this one away. He's a bit slow to get up and cannot believe he did not score.
I think he's mostly in disbelief there. But he needs to get onside because his team has a chance to score, and he's still in an offside position.
And a foul there, a late challenge, and our first yellow card of the night is coming. As Keegan Hughes is down. card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm is going to be shown to Bolu Akinyode here. Training staff out to check on Keegan Hughes. 1 minute of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine, but first things first.
Look, this ball in was fantastic, and Kolelet just comes out and just lunges at the ball, feet in the air, just trying to make himself as big as he possibly can, and makes the save. But again, great goalkeeping from Kolelet there.
Keegan Hughes still down, being attended to by the Legion medical staff. Yellow card was shown to Bolu Akinyode, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, our first of the evening.
You wonder if, as he goes down underneath, if Bolu's leg comes through, if his right or left leg, his right leg comes through and catches him right in the top of the knee there. We pause it right there.
Akinyode went to ground, but
let's get a little reverse look at it. Here he goes, boom, right in, going for the ball, but I mean right there on top of his knee. That's going to leave a mark, and that hurts. Ouch.
It's now the third consecutive match that Bolu Akinyode has been shown a yellow card, his fourth of the year. Guy who was in Birmingham for a season back in 2020, then spent 4 years with Miami. Signed with Loudoun United last September. Good news is Keegan Hughes looks like he's going to be able to continue.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous tackle really from Akinyode, right? And I think if you read the lips of Keegan Hughes just after that, you could tell he was looking at some of the Loudoun players like that was a stupid challenge.
Certainly worthy of a booking. We'll see how much time is left in this first half. Again, we had just a minute of UAB Medicine stoppage time. For that injury, there really hadn't been much in the way of stoppages in what's been a relatively free-flowing first half. Kolelet keeps that moving, and that is the end of our first half. Each side had its opportunities, Morgan, but scoreless we go into the halftime dressing rooms.
Yes, indeed. And look, again, we talked about it in the open of the broadcast tonight. These teams don't score a lot of goals, but they've had plenty of chances to score.
Combined 13 shots between the two sides, but scoreless so far through a half. We'll see if that changes in the second 45 minutes. You can see Keegan Hughes still not pleased with that last challenge. When we return, we're going to look around the league, across the rest of the USL Championship, plus some highlights, some stats, and more, all when we return to Protective Stadium. Our coverage of USL Championship soccer in just a moment.
In Alabama, we take care of each other. We show up and work hard for the people who count on us. Now, Alabama is showing up for you with clinical genetic testing free for adults in our state. So you learn about your health risks before they become a problem. No cost, no insurance. For your heart, family, and future. Catalyst.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Before the World Cup can begin, 48 national teams need a home, and home is a lot more than a practice field.
They wanted a beautiful grass field and in a sort of secure facility with great access to gyms and all the other pieces around.
Dan Rutstein had the honor of handing the keys to Orange County SC's entire facility to the U.S. men's national team. Why does it matter to you to have the U.S. national team at your facility?
Look, if you can't get excited about a World Cup, then we shouldn't be in this business. It's obviously an enormous opportunity. We're happy for them. It's a great facility. We're happy for us. We're happy for our fans. So we can be talked about in the same breath as the home nation in a home World Cup.
Orange County is joined by the Oakland Roots, who will host the Australian national team, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting first-time World Cup team Cape Verde. When clubs spend multiple weeks in one building, the facility must accommodate an entire support system, not just the players. In a large country like the United States, travel can take a toll. Cape Verde's Tampa home sets up short flights to Atlanta, Miami, and Houston for its group matches. Australia will play matches in Vancouver, Seattle, and nearby Santa Clara. The U.S. team's longest journey is Seattle, sandwiched between two group matches in Los Angeles. But as the World Cup takes place, it's business as usual for the USL Championship. For Orange County, a worthwhile temporary adjustment.
We're still training next door. The short-term pain of being not allowed to use our stadium for the medium and long-term gain of working with the US national team, we could never say no to an opportunity like that.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino. Hay sed de revancha, doctor. Pero falta gol. Estamos a esperar a Hugo. ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? Llegamos por fin. Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor. Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte! A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso. ¡Listo, vamos!
I think Idahoans have been clamoring for something that is theirs.
I feel a big sense of responsibility to do this right. You only get one first season.
For me, without soccer, it's like there's no air. Having it here, I feel like I can breathe again. Boise's never had anything like this.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the week. Detroit City's 6-2 win at Sporting Jacks last week was an impressive number, but then 5 of those goals were scored by one player. Darren Smith put 5 of his 20 official touches into the net, becoming the first league player to reach 4 goals in a match in 13 years. Smith jumps to the top of the Golden Boot race with 11 goals on the season. Lexington SC closing in on the playoff line in the Western Conference thanks to a 2-0 win over first-place San Antonio FC. It also marks the return of forward Bradilio Rodriguez from a loan with One Knoxville of League One. Rodriguez responded with a goal in his first match, continuing his form from One Knox, where he had 3 goals and an assist. Hartford Athletic pulled off what no team had done so far this season, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies a loss. Behind the stellar performance of goalkeeper Anthony Siaha, he's grabbed hold of the Golden Glove competition, 8 total shutouts with a save percentage of more than 81%. Siaha's goals prevented statistic has risen to 5.94 this season. Upcoming national spotlight games in the championship in League One: Colorado Springs and San Antonio on ESPN2, Spokane and Forward Madison on CBS Sports Network, and the next day, AC Boise and One Knoxville on ESPN2. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight from a rainy Birmingham, Alabama. Glad to have you with us. So far scoreless between Loudoun United and Birmingham Legion FC through 45 minutes. A game where both these two Eastern Conference sides need some points as we look at the USL Championship Eastern Conference standings coming into the night. Morgan, Birmingham 5 points below the playoff line. Loudoun 8 points. Obviously still plenty of season left, but both these two sides want to get going. 3 points tonight would certainly help.
Yeah, at some point you've got to start turning these draws into wins and finding a way to get 3 points no matter what it costs you. For both of these teams, they got to find a way to creep back up closer to that playoff line.
Each of these two sides with 6 draws apiece. Only Monterey Bay, who's drawn 8 times out of 13 games, have more draws in USL Championship play so far this year. Across the rest of the USL, already a few games that have gone final, including Tampa Bay picking up 3 more points against Oakland Roots, or at least they had 3 points in the bag. Oakland came back and tried to get a couple of goals, but Tampa Bay ends up taking them out after they had shared points back in April. Tampa Bay takes all 3 from Brooklyn. We got a delay over between Sporting Jacks and Charleston Battery. And if you like late night soccer, there's plenty of that for you over on ESPN Plus. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 late night kickoffs highlighted by Sacramento Republic and New Mexico United. 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central tonight.
Listen, you hear Mike Watts all the time say USL After Dark. There could be some real interesting stuff tonight.
ESPN Plus, your spot for all of those games tonight. Here at halftime, scoreless so far between Birmingham and Loudoun. Morgan, it was all Birmingham the first 8, 9, 10 minutes, but then Loudoun, you have to say, probably had the better looks there late in the first half.
They did. They grew into the game. They kept being true to who they are, getting the ball wide, getting crosses in the box, framing the goal nicely, and they've had a couple of chances that they forced Colelet to make really big saves so far. So if you're going into the halftime, you're probably more pleased if you're Loudoun than you are Legion FC at this moment.
We'll see if Birmingham make any more changes before the second half begins. They've already been forced into one. Sebastian Tregarthen came on there after about a half hour. We'll see if any more changes are made before the second half of action. No score so far between Birmingham and Loudoun. The second 45 minutes from Protective Stadium. Right after this.
In Alabama, we take care of each other. We show up and work hard for the people who count on us. Now, Alabama is showing up for you with clinical genetic testing free for adults in our state. So you learn about your health risks before they become a problem. No cost, no insurance. For your heart, family, and future. Catalyst.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back to our coverage of USL Championship soccer tonight here in the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama. Morgan, before we start our second half, let's look at some highlights in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, certainly, like I said, a few chances. Early one on. Mario Williams gets up, gets a header. Lee Vassell tries to go for the acrobatics here. Doesn't get it on target, but both teams trying to feel each other out, trying to figure out how it is they're going to break each other out and to get the ball in the back of the net. Abukora had a chance here. He had 3 or 4 shots. This one probably the most impressive. Takes it off the full volley. Then a few other chances. Ordonez unable to put the ball on target. And they started to get a little chippy, a little bit physical. Both these teams aren't scoring goals. They're trying to get into each other. Had some shoving and some pushing. But ultimately, these teams still haven't found the back of the net. Here comes one of the better chances on target for Abukora. Makes Kolele make a save. Boom, right here. I want to talk about this. This dummy from Peter Lee Vassell freezes this defender here, and this ball is going to go into this area. It's going to ping-pong around, and it's going to end up right on Peter Lee Vassell's foot. Forces Bondre to make a fantastic reaction save. And then here, we've got great framework from Loudoun United. Ball gets all the way through. Kolelet needs to come out, make a huge save to keep it 0-0 at halftime.
So each side's goalkeeper has made a big stop to keep this thing and a scoreless draw for now. We'll see what the second half has in store. Our second half starts now. Loudoun United and Black Birmingham Legion in their stars fell white and blue. And we're off and running in our second stanza here at Protective Stadium. No changes announced for Loudoun United, none either for Birmingham Legion. But an early whistle and a foul here against the home side is going to give Loudoun a free kick about 25 yards from goal. So well within shooting range here. Super Abukura already standing over this one.
See, Keegan Hughes had a fistful of Abukura's jersey, but wasn't sure if that was enough to draw a foul. But referee has said it was, and a chance for Abukura to stand over the ball. I believe it's Super alongside him.
Early whistle here in the second half. We had just 10 total fouls there in the first 45 minutes. Didn't have a card till very late, first half stoppage time. Abukura around the wall, and Kalelet had it covered. Did he make a touch? Yes, he did, said the referee. Kalelet can't believe it. He said he didn't touch it.
As the ball comes through, Abukura gets it, challenges Kalelet on his side, dives. He doesn't get a touch on it. He doesn't. That ball had beaten him, but it was off target.
So a corner here for Loudoun, flick near post, and doesn't come off as intended there. Farson got a boot to it, but not much more. So a goal kick here that Kalela puts down and puts in play very quickly. Ooh, wins it in the air for Loudoun. Throw coming here for the visitors, who had 8 shots there in the first half. Birmingham's 5. 2 on target compared to just 1 for the Legion. Both these sides hungry for points. For Loudoun, it'd be just their second league win this year. For Birmingham, it would be their third. Their second meeting of the year. These teams have already played. They played back in March, or April, pardon me. Birmingham led on 2 separate occasions on 2 Tyler Pasher goals, but Loudoun got a penalty late. That was converted. Allowed them to steal a point off the Legion. The first time that's happened to Birmingham this year, where they've had a lead at some points. They had to drop points late. Watch what happened to them in midweek in Oakland. Took a lead into the 80th plus minute, only to see Peter Wilson equalize for Oakland Roots. That's why Birmingham have had 6 draws this year. Last time these two teams met here, you got to go all the way back to March of last season. It was all out 3-1 after Birmingham scored early from a set piece. Loudoun scored not once, not twice, but 3 times. Just one of 3 Loudoun victories in this all-time series history between these two teams.
It was a breakout performance for Abakor, who kind of announced himself to the league in that match. Had a great game here in Birmingham.
Big reason why. He was well on his way to a USL Young Player of the Year nod. A second team all USL selection by year's end. Duru splitting defenders. How about that pace? He's got Vassell to his right. Still Duru continues the run. Headed towards the corner flag. Now able to pick up his head. Joshua with Pasher. Williams. Hopefully interplay this. Joshua, though, couldn't find the final product. Bondre under duress. Only found Vassell. Joshua, edge of the area, lays it off. Diarbian shot blocked. Adnan put his body on the line. The Legion were knocking for a moment. And Pasher a push in the back on Abukura. Free kick Loudoun.
The ball's going to come here to Diarbian. Gets it on his preferred right foot. Adnan, who's had a really good match tonight for me so far, has kept Diarbian really at bay, not allowing him to really create for himself or for others, for that matter.
Noah Adnan started every game but one in the league for Loudoun. Their last league game against Rhode Island, he played just 31 minutes, but outside of that, he has been a fixture in the starting 11. Former Stanford Cardinal. One of 2 Stanford guys on the field tonight. The other one, Birmingham Legion center back Keegan Hughes. That clearance from Erlinson was mishit, about 8 rows deep. A throw coming here for the Legion. Mario Williams going to be nudged back a few yards. Fans, a reminder, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157. The Sirius XM app. Duru driving at Awua, and Awua's positioning was solid all the way to the very end.
Yeah, Awua, really good defending there. Slows down Duru, who's running at him. And then earns the foul.
So a free kick here that Bondre will put down. Bondre sends it away. That's dummied out of play. Hughes thought about leaving it, and looks like he will leave it for Duru in the end. Duru taking his time, getting it back in play. Finally does find Pasher, and Birmingham get play restarted. 6 minutes into the second half, Joshua's got options here on this side of the park. Sebastian Tregarthen, one of them. Tregarthen to the feet of Williams, and Pasher. Pasher on his right, overcooked the serve. Not quite what Tyler Pasher had intended there, but goal kick coming here for Loudoun. Fans, a reminder to enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. That game day kit looks pretty sweet.
I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset with the kid or the $2,000. As a new dad, Blake, if you had $2,000 in your pocket, what do you do?
Prinks Tires game day kit would make a fine Father's Day gift. Father's Day weekend, of course. Father's Day celebration here in Protective Stadium as the flag is up against Ordonez, who opted to finish that anyways, long after the flag had come up. I believe that's the first time tonight the offside flag has gotten a Loudoun United attacker. Awuah trying to keep it away from Vassell. And Awuah wins Loudoun the free kick in the end. Much to the displeasure of Vassell and his head coach, Jay Heaps. Happened almost right in front of the Birmingham bench.
Yeah, Awuah goes over the back of Peter Lee Vassell. Vassell doesn't fall. And they continue to go through. And Awuah earns the free kick.
Awuah, a veteran, now in his 4th season here with Loudoun, a guy who's played a lot for Loudoun. Outside of that 2023 that he missed with the Achilles injury, he's been a mainstay. He's got some MLS time under his belt, also some Canadian Premier League time as well. Akinyode. Abukura under duress from Antwi, who took it off him, but a late whistle and a foul. Antwi thought he had won it clean, but referee Alyssa Thompson did not agree. Loudoun want to attack quickly. Olfarsson chops it back for Ordonez. Abukura on his right, tried to bend it. Hughes got a head to it and flips it over the top and out for a corner.
Again, Abukura getting the ball in dangerous positions. Gets the shot, Keegan Hughes equal to the task, clears it for a corner, but again, Legion FC cannot allow Abukura to continue to get on the ball in dangerous positions because he will ultimately make you pay.
Abukura looks like he is finding his sea legs. Rhode Island contest was his first league start. Played 15 minutes against Monterey Bay. Olfarsson near post, couldn't quite turn it back goalward. And kicks out at the ad boards in frustration. Guy that has been in goal-scoring form coming in. 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 3 contests across all competitions. That includes the lone goal that Loudoun scored against Rhode Island. A game where Loudoun really had all the momentum early, but then gave up a cheap goal, and then it was all Rhode Island from there, really. It's the Arbians clip from behind and foul. It's a frustrating night at the yard for Anthony Limbrick and Loudoun United in a game where they felt like they had the better of the chances, especially early, but Conno Smith's group took advantage of the mistakes and made Loudoun pay in a big way.
He felt they didn't take their opportunities when they had them. Obviously, they scored the first goal, which you love, but then concede the next 4 is not what you put on the game plan.
Mario Williams able to keep it, working with Antwi. Pass got all the way through. Peter Lee Vassell. Duru. Has Pasher for help. Pasher back on his preferred left. Joshua. Bit of a heavy touch, able to recover it. Duru's first time cross cut out by Awuah, but out for a Birmingham corner, their 5th of the night.
Some arguing between Awuah and Super there. Awuah looked to have grabbed the face of Super. And some shoving in between the 2 teammates, but they've got to come together here for a second to defend this corner.
Crowd around the penalty spot here for the Legion. As Tyler Pasher tries to pick out a blue and white shirt. And before he takes this corner, some stern words for Hughes. Jarbian runs through the crowd as the corner is played short. Pasher delivers, flicked away by Olfarsson. Abukura wins the race to it. Now he's off and running. He's got 4 black shirts to his left. Couldn't quite find one. Pasher got there first, but Olfarsson recovers. Awuah. Dispossessed by Pasher. Did Pasher get a touch? He did. It's out for a Loudoun corner. Canadian crime there.
And Pasher probably a little frustrated with himself. His service cut out by the first man that led to that counterattack. But does the dirty work. He's never been shy of doing that. Gets back. Defends the service from Awua.
Now a corner here for Loudoun. Abukura has a crowd waiting at the back post. And swinging ball. Again, driven near post, but this time not flicked goalward. Don't think Murphy got a great look at it. Nothing comes to the set piece in the end. So far, so good for Kalalitz and Birmingham's back line. They've kept it clean. Likewise for Loudoun United, Ethan Bondre, who's looking for his 4th clean sheet of the year. Approaching an hour played tonight. Goalless so far to this point. Abukura, lovely touch to get around Antwi. Farson wide here. Wants to switch it all the way to the other side. Excellent ball. Moda there just in the nick of time in front of Super. Moda chased it down a second time to clear it away from trouble.
He's been good tonight as well.
Well, Farson beaten to it in the air by Kalalitz, and he's going to be the man called for the foul. Birmingham goalkeeper slow to get up.
Off the ball, Antwi coming to the defense of his goalkeeper, saying Farson goes up with the intent to hurt Kolilet. Kolilet comes down, catches his head on the turf. Antwi took exception to that.
Birmingham keeper to his feet. Looks like he's okay. Kolilet's been his last couple of seasons with Forge FC in the Canadian Premier League. He's the reigning Golden Glove winner up in the Great White North. For his 4th clean sheet in the league, plus he's kept a couple of more Brinks Tires USL Cup play this year.
It's probably been the best addition that Jay Heaps and his staff made in the offseason so far for me. He's kept Legion FC in games that they shouldn't have been in, allowed them to draw, earn clean sheets in games where he's been called upon multiple times. He's been fantastic so far this year.
Antwi able to bring that down. Birmingham trying to break, or at least restart something in the way of attack. Kalalitz made 33 saves this year, including a couple of big ones tonight. A little bit of space for Leo Duru. A couple of Englishmen connecting here. Joshua. Back to his English teammates. Are prepping their first change of the night down below. Vassal's dispossessed. Abukura took it off him. That's a late challenge and should be yellow. And it is. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, the first of the night shown to a member of Birmingham Legion.
Vassal pleading his case, but as he concedes possession here, goes back to win it back, goes to ground, and is really late. Abukura, he's not touched, but again, Peter Lee Vassal occupied that space that he was trying to get into, or you would say that he was going into, and the referee gives him a yellow card for that offense.
Well, Farson flicks it on. Moda beats Abukura to it. Well, Farson almost won it back, but he fouled Antwi first. And now it looks like Loudoun are going to be able to make their first change of the night. Jack Penayotu is ready. And he will replace Andres Super. So Super makes way for the former Georgetown Hoya. Penayotu's 11th appearance of the year in the league. 5 starts, now 6 times off the bench. Man on loan from New England Revolution. It's over 20 appearances under his belts in MLS with the Revs. Spent most of last year on loan to Hartford Athletic, another Eastern Conference USL Championship squad. Off the restart, what a break this is from Diarbian. Diarbian almost threaded it through to Trey Garthen. Excellent run forward, just couldn't quite find the final pass. Murphy able to turn, play towards wider spaces. Awua's got much more room to operate here on this side of the park. Moda tried to head it back. Olfarson got there first, but couldn't find a way around Kolelet. Dangerous moments at the back, but Olfarson couldn't cash it in.
Yeah, it was a tough opportunity to finish, but he was fortunate to be there in the first place. A big mistake from Ramiz Moda to nod that ball backwards, but not in the correct direction of Kolelet. Really almost played in Olfarson, who just doesn't take the chance.
Good touch there from Mario Williams around one man. He's got Diarbian on his left. Diarbian cuts it back on his right. His shot blocked. Diarbian shouts for a handball, ungranted. Antwi tough in on the challenge, trying to stop the break, and he does. He and Mario Williams both. Here's Pasher. Top of the box, Shashua. Vassell. Mario Williams made the run, was not fouled. Vassell surveys, a bending ball. No one had made that run. Diarbian keeps it, edge of the box. Couldn't quite get it back out to Trey Garthen, though. And now Loudoun trying to start the counter. Duru fought his way back in front of Ordonez for a moment, and that was enough. End to end. Fort Diarbian nearly opened the scoring here.
Yeah, he gets it. Cuts it back, and then the defender again, Adnan, slides by, gets right back up, and makes the block for his team. Adnan, again, probably my vote for man of the match at the moment. I think he's been fantastic and has really put in a good shift against Diarbian for Legion FC tonight.
2 changes coming for Birmingham. Next available opportunity. First things first, back in the attacking third. Vassell couldn't quite lay it off. For Mario Williams. Touch a bit too heavy to find a shooting lane. Antwi. To the feet of Williams again. On the turn, Mario Williams saved by Bondre. Finally, Vassell went to chase. It might have been in an offside position. All the way back it goes to Hughes, and the Legion will reset things. Birmingham knocking on the door. Andre forced into his second save of the night. Pasher collects the long ball. Sprints at Awua. Duru. Top of the box. Vassell saved. Pondre has another big stop.
Really, really fine save. Really good work from Legion FC. Fine save from Bondre. But here we go on the other end.
Abukura running at this Legion backline. Hughes out to greet him. Abukura bent it in. A chance tonight on one end, and Abukura converts on the other end. Loudoun have a lead on the road with less than 25 minutes to play.
What a finish from Abukura. He drove the ball 80 yards and just wraps his foot around this and just on the inside. Shows you exactly why he was the young player of the year. Kisses the inside of the post here. You get a good look. Just comes right on around to the outstretched fingertips of Kolelet. And Legion FC down 1-0 after a fantastic opportunity on the other end where Bondre makes a big save that leads to the counterattack for Loudoun.
Goal brought to you by AT&T, the first of the year for the reigning USL Young Player of the Year. To Latif Abukura. Again, a dozen goals last year, a couple of assists, a second-team all-league pick. Didn't make his season debut this year. until May 30th. Didn't make his first start in the league till last time out against Rhode Island. What a way to score his first of the season.
That was a good enough goal that I'm pretty sure I heard Libby Limbrick from Tasmania celebrating if she's watching tonight. Because what a finish for Abukora.
21-year-old showing his quality. Like you said, not only the finish, but the run to get there in the first place. A one-man counterattack. 21-year-old's been with Loudoun now for 6 seasons. Made his debut with Loudoun United all the way back in May of 2021. Has come up through the system. And right now, he's got the moment of this match. His side in front by a goal with a little more than 20 minutes to play. Now, Birmingham have brought on reinforcements. Ronaldo Damas has come on for Mario Williams. Peter Lee Vassell has made way for the Aussie midfielder Sam McElhatton. McElhatton likely the only man in the Legion dressing room upset with the way the U.S.-Australia game unfolded a couple days ago. Joshua onto this one. Out wide for Trey Garthen. Right back to him. Joshua, can he fire it? Yes, he can. Almost found the upper 90 off woodwork. What an effort from Joshua. It misses by inches.
Bondre was nowhere near it either.
What a finish that would have been from Sam Joshua.
Again, ball comes to Joshua here and just whips his foot 3 inches away. I mean, that post is 4 inches wide, 3 inches lower, and that bounces off the underside of the crossbar, and it's 1-1.
2 opportunities go begging for Birmingham. They trail as Ordonez has the flag go up against him. So a free kick coming here for the Legion. Fans, a reminder, eFootball is here. You can live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download it now. 1-0 Loudoun, looking for their second league victory of the season. To Latif Abukura strike the difference. Now for Loudoun, the question is, can they make that absurdly good effort stand up? Awua on this side of the park with Bolo Ekinyore. Moda, the first man to the header, but it's collected by Abukura. Driving at the defense once more, lays it off this time. Well, Farson's shot blocked by a sliding Hamoda. Out for a Loudoun throw. Taken quickly. Ronaldo Damas nearly took that right off of Awua's toes. By the way, Loudoun made a change as well in central defense. Jacob Erlinson checked out. Salvatore Mazzaferro, 24-year-old from Canada, has slotted in as the center of Loudoun's back three as a free kick is coming here for the Legion. So Mazzaferro does have a say in this match after all, a guy that had started 6 straight contests across all competitions coming into the night. Adnan's going to usher this one all the way out of play.
Now, if you're Loudoun, you have to manage this game for the next 20 minutes or so because you have 3 points, and a precious 3 points at that. Only your second win of the season would be a great way for you to kind of start to round out the month of June. Legion FC have not taken a point so far this year when they have conceded first. They are 0-0-3.
Legion now on the move, hunting an equalizing goal. Asher, lovely touch there from Antwi. How good was that from the Ghanaian? Guy who has put in some shifts here this week. He's played all but 6 minutes in the league. That's Birmingham Legion midfield. Hamoda. Trey Garthen trying to hook it along. Check that, Diarbian trying to hook it along. Couldn't quite get his boots around it. Another goal kick coming here for Loudoun. Fans of USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. You see Birmingham prepping at least one, if not two, more changes. Diarbian has Trey Garthen running with him on this side of things. Remember, Birmingham is forced into an early change. Trey Garthen for Daly just past the half-hour mark, as Pasher wanted to tee that one up from distance. Couldn't quite get it off his foot in time. Ordonez tried to hold it up to no avail. Damas is able to hold it up on this end. Antwi into that header, thought he had won it. And still a man down. That looks like Abukura, who might have taken the worst part of that challenge. It's Ordonez. There's a bit slow to get up as Birmingham are going to make a double change here. Sebastian Saucedo will come on, replacing Tyler Pasher. Leo Duru will make way for Nico Brown. Ordonez back to his feet. Looks like he's just fine. But Morgan, all sorts of changes perhaps for Legion in terms of shape as Trey Garthen slides from left fullback to right fullback now with the addition of Brown. Sebastian Saucedo maybe gives Birmingham a little bit of a different look in attack.
He certainly does. I mean, he's a player that has won CONCACAF Champions League before and is a crafty veteran. He's been on the score sheet as of late for Legion FC. Certainly knows what to do and how to run off the ball.
Oh, Mackel hadn't taken off it here by Abukura. Options either side for him. His shot deflects, and Kolelet has to push it over the top.
Yeah, once again, Kolelet called into action, keeping his team in the game. You hope that it drives on his teammates and inspires them to go get a goal, get back in this match to at least earn a point here.
Abukura perhaps just inches away from a second. Would have been a fortunate deflection, not that he would have minded. Jack Panayotu, the man to supply service here from this corner. Panayotu delivers. Headed away. He'll have a second crack, it looks, to the back post beyond everybody.
And a fantastic ball it was. Just nobody on the end of it there to touch it home. Like
Ordonez might have had the best shot at it, but he hadn't quite made that run all the way through. Saucedo's first touch of the night gets away from him, albeit under duress. Combined 23 shots between these two sides tonight. Only Loudoun United has found the back of the nets. Abukura's goal on the 67th, the difference. Loudoun have to make that stand up across the next 12 plus minutes. Hughes wins the third header. Abukura surrounded by two white and blue shirts. Not quite on the same page with Ordonez. Loudoun, by the way, have made just two changes tonight. They have a few more cards to play. Jay Heaps and Birmingham Legion are all out. They've made all 5 of their substitutions. Nico Brown is off and running. Beaten to it by Mazzaferro. Lovely chop back there from Sashua. Brown, was he on? Yes, he is. Brown racing to the byline. Good ball in. Thomas couldn't connect. The redirected shot is blocked away off Joshua's foot. And cleared away from danger. Antwi. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Morgan, this is a pretty good service, though, from Nico Brown.
Yeah, he does it. Great job. Gets by Adnan here. And then Ronaldo Damas comes to him. He has the chance. Then it lands with Shashua, but nothing on target to trouble Bondre in this sequence.
Birmingham trying to find a way to get Ronaldo Damas going. He's off the bench tonight for the 5th time this year. He scored just once. It's Ray Garthen. Saucedo. Saucedo still probing, looking, searching. Trey Garthen whips it in. Headed right back where it came from by Akinyote. Diarbian. Trying to get out of Wua. Hamoda thought about having it go. He will and couldn't keep it down.
Much like Erlen said in the first half, somewhere in a white shirt, there's probably somebody saying, defender. But you can't blame Hamoda. Good composure here. Gets it set nicely and then just can't keep it down. Great opportunity, though.
Teenager playing likely his final match as a member of Birmingham Legion before making that move to Bremen official. Seeing if he had a moment of magic left in that left boot. That might have tied this game at 1. Hamoda did well to win the header there. Saucedo to the feet of Damas. Lays it off Joshua. Here is Saucedo. Diarbian cuts it back on his left. Diarbian off woodwork. A second time Birmingham Legion denied by the bar in this second half.
Yeah, in the top corner as well. Just unfortunate for Diarbian, who you think pulls the trigger with his right foot. He's very dominant on his right foot, but it just doesn't go in. Does a great job, cuts it, places it, you think, perfectly, and hits not just one but 2 posts, hits the crossbar and the stanchion.
Been that kind of night so far for Birmingham. Still time to change it, though. 82nd minute. Speaking of changes, Loudoun have made a pair of them here. Kimi Ordonez' night is done. Richie Amon replaces him. Former Big Ten midfielder of the year. College Cup winner in his time as a UW Husky. He's made 9 starts this year. He comes off the bench for the 3rd time this year in this contest tonight. More of an attacking option. And Sean Young is checked in as well, the native of British Columbia, who has really been out of commission since the last time these two teams met, all the way back in April. Big collision there into the ad boards. Hughes welcomes Richie Amon to the game. Sean Young checks in. Just his 4th appearance of the year. Good to see him back in the mix. Guy that cut his teeth in the Canadian Premiership. He replaces Abukura, the goal scorer. His moment of magic, the difference to this point. Birmingham trying to change that. They've been knocking on the door most of this second half. A couple of great opportunities, 2 that have hit woodwork, but Bandre has made a stop or 2 as well. Andre trying to hold on to that Loudoun clean sheet as we enter the game's closing stages. Antwi. Saucedo lays it off. Joshua ran out of real estate around a crowd of black shirts. Hughes undercut by Olfarson. Free kick Birmingham. Second time tonight Olfarson has come underneath a leaping Legion player. That's, I'm not sure how much O'Farson knew about how close Keegan Hughes was. Birmingham's quest for an equalizing goal resumes. Lovely ball delivered over the top. Tregarthen brings it down. Just a bit behind Diarbian. Swept away by Mazzaferro. Tregarthen. Lovely touches in tight quarters there.
Very good skill.
Loudoun trying to hang on here, doing quite a bit of defending over the last 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Yeah, and they've got a very, very tight shape. They're setting their line of confrontation 15 yards into their own half. And then defensively setting up their back line really on the 18 just inside of it. I mean, there's not much space to play in.
Joshua looking for a little bit of space. Did get the serve away. Damas trying to get a foot to it. Damas on the turn. His shot blocked away by Murphy. And out for a Birmingham corner.
A lot of shouts for handball here.
Hard to tell from that vantage point. Serve delivered. Damas got a head to it. Only flicked it along. Saucedo. Leaves it for Antwi or Brown. Hamona got a head to it, just a bit too tall.
That's where you want the defender to be taking shots from. But still can't get up high, just high enough. Great service in here from Brown. He's been a positive impact since he's come on. Gets up and just doesn't get up quite high enough and can't get that ball down to trouble Bondre in the Loudoun goal.
15 shots tonight for the Legion, just 3 on targets. For those that like the advanced numbers, they've generated well over a goal worth of XG, but have not beaten Ethan Bondre to this point. Time to change that, but it's running low.
It's kind of been that way for Legion FC so far this season. They can't get the ball to go in the back of the net. They've hit the post twice tonight. Goalkeepers made some big saves. You know, they're getting the chances. They're just not able to put it in the back of the net.
Thomas spilled. Referee plays the advantage, and it is quite the advantage now. Tregarthen bombing forward. Akinyode out to greet him. Tregarthen from a tight angle. Bondre saw it the whole way.
Yeah, pretty tame effort in the end, but the right idea for Legion FC to try and break. I mean, 1-2 passes, and you get a shot. Tregarthen just doesn't have a good angle on that and doesn't get enough purchase behind it to really trouble the goalkeeper.
McElhatton brings it down. Hamoda keeps it moving. More possession here for the Legion. More defending to do for Loudoun.
That's a beautiful switch from Tregarthen.
Saucedo looking for the feet of Damas on the turn. Damas couldn't quite get a ton on it. Akinyode bothered it just enough.
That's the first real big diagonal ball we've seen from Legion FC so far tonight. It gets the defense changing and having to shift horizontally, and you get the ball to Bofo or Saucedo, who finds the right pass to Damas, but just can't get the shot beyond Bondre.
Torres opts to serve it. Almost found O'Farson, who made that near post run. Tregarthen tried to win the foot race, did not. Murphy, his pass took a deflection on the way through. Headed back to the top of the box. Antwi was fouled on his attempted header. Free kick to the Legion. Birmingham quick to put it back in play. 89th minute. Just a minute plus some stoppage time remaining for the Legion to try to rescue a point tonight. Loudoun trying to hang on to a hard-fought road victory here. Trey Garthen brings it down. Awuwa out to greet him. Trey Garthen got around the men. Trey Garthen on his left! Trey Garthen ties this game at 1 with stoppage time to play.
That's a fantastic take from Trey Garthen to level this game and give Legion FC a little bit of hope as they go earlier in the week and concede late.
Goal brought to you by AT&T, and how good is this from Sebastian Trey Garthen?
Here, he gets it on his left foot and he just pulls the trigger. It's not his preferred foot, but listen, when you're at this level, you need to be able to use both feet, and he beats Awuwa there, and then Akinyoti doesn't close enough, and that's just from the outstretched arms of Bondre, who will be really disappointed because he's had a good shift tonight between the sticks, and a little more fireworks here potentially between these two teams.
Third goal of the year for Trey Garthen. Morgan talked about him off the top of the show tonight, said he would have an impact whether he started or came off the bench. Was called into action early off the bench. And finally, Birmingham have found the back of the net. 1-1 with stoppage time to play, and you can see Birmingham Legion head coach there on that replay, Jay Heaps, motioning to the fourth official, asking how much stoppage time there was to play. The fourth official seemed to indicate there was going to be at least 4 or 5 minutes here. We'll find out shortly. 3 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine.
It's not a lot.
Birmingham were lobbying for more, but only 3 minutes. The point's very much up for grabs now. Trey Garthen, the goal scorer. Overlapping run from Diarby, and he's going to get there in front of Awuwa. Diarby and brought down. Free kick on the edge to the area for the Legion. Diarby not thrilled with that challenge from Awuwa. And surely this must be a booking.
Well, you know, it'll be a booking, but what's happening right now is time is ticking off the clock. Diarby needs to keep his head. It's certainly a foul. I mean, he just drags him straight to the ground. Diarby's got every right to be upset about that. But, again, he needs to keep his head calm. He needs to make sure that if the chance comes to him, he's able to bury it. So you have to clear your head. You have to mentally, you have to be prepared for the next moment.
Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Shown to Kwame Awuwa. Second man booked tonight for Loudoun United. Loudoun went from trying to protect a three-point performance, now trying to hang on to a singular point. Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Sam Shashua, the man wearing the captain's armband tonight for Birmingham. Can he deliver a ball a teammate can get on the end of here? Second half stoppage time, and before he serves, referee Alyssa Thompson wants to have words with Hughes. Might be locked up with the man who was just booked, Awuwa.
But see, as all this is happening right now, you've had almost a minute and a half tick off of stop. Half of it has been.
Now Jay Heaps, Birmingham Legion manager, has been shown a yellow card.
Now 2 minutes of stoppage time is almost gone. By the time this ball gets back into play, you will have 2 minutes of the three.
Joshua plays at the top of the box. Salcedo's shot blocked. Awuwa onto it, trying to start the counter. Antwi to the rescue to stop that.
Yeah, straight off the training ground that would have been a fantastic goal.
Now how much time really is there left for either one of these two sides to try to find a winner? After all the commotion there, Trey Garthen was fouled. Free kick coming for Birmingham, and this might really be the last action of the night. So Antwi and Joshua giving this a look, and they put it back in play quickly. Saucedo. Joshua, Damas, edge of the area, first time serve, a good ball. Sent away from danger. Saucedo has Brown to his right. Saucedo delivers. Hamota couldn't quite jump up and reach it. And that might be the last opportunity of the night. Referee Alyssa Thompson checks her watch and blows full time. Birmingham Legion find an equalizer late. And in the end, the points shared 1-1.
Yeah, Legion FC get their first point from a losing position tonight, but
now some confusion here. Referee looked like she had blown her whistle. But now, is it full time? It is full time. Confusion down below after subsequent whistles as to what had happened there, but it is indeed full time. 1-1 our final. A second half goal for each of these two sides. Latif Abakura in the 67th, Sebastian Tregarthen in the 89th, and in the end, two teams who had each drawn 6 times coming into the night will now have drawn 7 after this weekend comes to a close. Back and forth second half, but in the end, Loudoun won, Birmingham Legion won. We'll step aside and wrap it up when we return in just a moment.
For every action, there's a reaction. For every late night check-in, every early morning routine, every episode that you just wish wouldn't end, there are thousands of actions making it all possible. From the little things, to the big things, to the couldn't live without them things. There are hardworking people doing everything in their power to power everything you do.
In Alabama, we take care of each other. We show up and work hard for the people who count on us. Now, Alabama is showing up for you with clinical genetic testing free for adults in our state. So you learn about your health risks before they become a problem. No cost, no insurance. For your heart, family, and future. Catalyst.
Welcome back here to Birmingham, Alabama Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion 1, Loudoun United 1. The 7th draw for each of these two sides as each of these two teams found a second half goal, but nothing more than that. A combined 33 shots between these two sides. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you as we look at the final numbers from the night. Morgan, both teams had their opportunities, especially in that second half. It was end-to-end at times.
Yeah, it really was. It opened up, as we talked about in the open, an opportunity for tired legs and for players with fresh legs to get on the ends of things. And Abakura certainly getting his first start tonight made the most of his. And then Tregarthen coming off the bench as well with some fresh-ish legs after his early entrance. Makes the game 1-1.
And in the end, the points shared between these two sides who are still desperately looking for three-point performances. The road trip continues for Loudoun coming up in midweek as they go to Charleston to take on Charleston Battery. They'll start July with a matchup against Sporting Jacks before taking the road again to take on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds mid-July. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, this is the final stretch in a busy stretch here in the month of June. Birmingham played a bunch from the beginning of June till now, but they get next week off before getting back to action at home against Detroit City FC July 2nd. And Morgan, still 3 of the next 4 for the Legion at home. They'll have to try to take advantage of some more opportunities here at Protective Stadium.
Yeah, certainly. They've got to find a way to score goals at home. They haven't had the ability to do that so far this year and allow teams to stay in it and really come here and a lot of times get 3 points, unfortunately. But, Legion FC, as you saw tonight, 18 shots, 6 on target. They had chances. Goalkeeper had to make a few good saves, but just not able to find the final product.
Twice off woodwork as well in that second half. That kind of night for Birmingham Legion. In the end, 1-1 our final score. Thanks for enjoying it with us here in the Magic City. Glad the rain stayed away after it was a very, very rainy Saturday here in the Magic City. In the end, the storm stayed away. Turned into a pretty great night for soccer. Glad you could join us for it. Shea Heaps and his Birmingham Legion side continue to search for a 3-point performance. There was frustrations earlier for Thor Ulferson and Loudoun United, but they found a banger of a goal from the reigning USL Young Player of the Year. Abakura made it 1-0 to Loudoun. Looked like Loudoun United had 3 points locked up until Sebastian Tregarthen's effort there late gave Birmingham Legion a point and a draw here on their home turf. Thanks for watching our coverage of USL Championship Soccer tonight. Happy Father's Day weekend for Morgan Copes and our entire crew based here in Birmingham. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be
Jack.
retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League. This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United